Yeah, here we will see the uh, brief recap of how what we have done. It's something like character dev.c that we have created, and we have this. Uh, we have the module initialization function over here, and which is an module init, and here we are allocating a character device region over here, and which is in a dynamically we are allocating over here, and here we are statically registering the character device region with the help of register character dev region over here, and then we are creating a class for here we are creating a class for creating a device file dynamically, creating a class file here, and once the class is created, based on the class we are creating a device file creation, creating a device file with the help of creating the device file dynamically using class accordingly over here. And once we done, we are allocating the character device structure cdev structure the memory for the character device cdev structure allocation is happening. Memory allocation, dynamic memory allocation for the cdev structure is happening over here. Structure cdev is basically a character device structure over here. Character device representation which is present in the character device representation which is present in inode structure accordingly over here. And once we got allocated, we are linking this initializing the cdev structure with cdev structure with the file operation. So file operation structure pointer over here, file operation structure over here, and once the file operations got created, we are adding or linking this linking the linking the cdev structure with the information of major and minor number accordingly over here. The dev.t major, which includes major minor number accordingly over here. This makes the complete simple device driver accordingly over here. And once it got created, this is something like we have defined the file operations operation structure, which will be called on each and every file operations done on the user program on the device file. Each and every file operation, this respective callback function will be get called. For example, the opening device file open will initiate this callback function using the driver linking over here. And same way, the device file release from device file open on user space will initiate this callback accordingly. The same way, device file release on user space will initiate this callback accordingly over here, callback accordingly. And for example, device file read operation on user space will hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello, can you hear me? I got disconnected.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, it's something like a device file read operation will initiate this callback accordingly over here.
Sir, your screen is not being shared, I think.
Okay, so yeah. Can you able to see my screen? Yeah. The same way, the device write operation, device file write operation, file write operation on user space will initiate this callback over here. Yeah, this basically does the respective callback from the user space access read write accordingly from the user space over here. Now we will see how can we write the user space application to access this device driver accordingly. This skeleton, how can we access this, that we will see over here. Yeah, for example, I'm going to compile this. Yeah, in this I'm going to write a function called chr app.c for the user space application. For that, I'm going to do include stdio.h over here, and then include fcntl.h over here, and then integer main of void. We have the function to read and write accordingly. For example, I'm going to do return 0 and integer fd. Fd is the file descriptor which we will be getting on something like fd open. We are going to call the open system call, and the device file is something like a dev/chr dev accordingly, and with the help of o_read write over here, we are opening that chr dev device file in a read and write mode over here, and we will be checking whether the file descriptor got created accordingly. If the file descriptor is less than 0, there is an error occurred, and we can see something like printf open failed over here, and then return -1 over here. And then once it is done, we are going to do the close file descriptor. In this example, we are going to call open and close of the we are using two system calls, open and close, over the device file accordingly here. That we will see how can we do that. -linux gcc. I'm going to compile this -o ch or app app.c over here. Yeah. Maybe I will be defining something like close, which is present in the uni.std.h that we need to include in our file over here, and it's something like include uni.std.h over here. Yeah, I'm going to compile this. Yeah, it got created, and now we got the char dev drv.ko got created, and our application also got created accordingly. Now we will see over here, and I'm going to rmmod the earlier one. I'm going to remove it and insmod the new driver, and I did that, and I'm going to run this char app. For that, I'm going to add the which something like, yeah, I'm going to run this application, which basically provides some kind of a open failed. Maybe we can check whether ls-l dev/char dev, maybe there is a spelling mistake, something like a char dev over here. Yeah, now we will see how it executing. dev/char. Oh, sorry. DRV, yes, yeah. char DRV over here, yes, yeah. Now we can able to run this. Yeah, it's, for example, from the user space application, we are calling the open and close system call. The respective device file is opened and device file is closed. Callback is which has been called in the kernel device driver accordingly. For example, from here we are calling with the user program, we are initiating open system call, which basically does the open callback of device driver. We are initiating the close over here, which basically initiate the release callback accordingly over here. Now we will add up the read and write over here. Inside this, I'm going to add something like a character data of some 64, and I'm going to read something like the return value integer return equals read of something that I'm going to read from this file descriptor fd, and maybe we can choose something like opening the device file over here. Close the device file descriptor, and we are going to read fd with the data, and I'm going to read 64 is the size, and we will see how we are getting. Maybe we can initialize this data with zeros over here. All the data are initialized, and if return return is greater than 0, there is a data comes over there, and that we can able to see something like return greater than 0, and we can able to printf data received from driver with something like %s /n comma data, and count %d comma this many datas are received from the received from the driver accordingly over here, that we will see. Now I am going to compile this again, and if suppose we are running, yeah, it's something like we got something like return data received 10 bytes from the driver. The data is something like a Hariharan is the data that we have received accordingly from the driver, from the driver to application. It has been received accordingly. If suppose we are writing some data back to the driver, that we will see how can we do that. And whatever we have received the data, and if suppose the data received is the proper, then we will be writing back the data to the driver with the help of return equals write of something like a fd comma the whatever we have received the data, and the value that it has to be sent is the return this many number of bytes it has to go, and if return greater than 0, then we will be having something like a we can have something like a printf data is written back to the driver accordingly over here. Now we will be having, we will see how it behaves on the, yeah, it's something that we have we are for example that it has been we have received 10 bytes of data from the driver Hariharan, and we are sending back the same data to the driver, and data right into the device file, the same data Hariharan, whatever the data received, it has been written back to the driver, and we got the print was successful in the application, and we got the file device file got closed successfully in the user space application accordingly over here. This basically provides a simple read and write from this provides something like a simple open release read and write system calls from the user space application to the device drivers accordingly over here. Now we will see about the multiple more options which is present in the file structure, which is something like that we will see. There is a option to poll the data, whether the current device has the option whether it is a readable or writable from the whether there is a data is present or not, that we can able to get it with the help of poll system call poll file operations which is present in the file operation structure, and we will be having something like a unlocked ioctl which can be used for the device specific command and configuration, that we can able to do that accordingly, that we can able to do that. And we have the command, we have the file operations called mmap, which can be used to memory map the device memory to the application's process space, so that we can directly access that particular memory from the user space accordingly. and we can use llseek to change the present read and write position of the read buffer, that we can able to do that. And we have something like a flush, which basically it's basically terminate or execute the current outstanding operations on the device. And for example, if suppose the data has been pushed and the driver is keeps on sending the data one by byte to the device driver, and flush will makes that all the data present in the buffer will be pushed out to the device accordingly. Over there, the flash fsync will behave in the same manner as the flush behaves accordingly over here. Yeah. That we will see how can we implement the poll function in our device driver, that we will see over here. And I'm going to add something like in order to do that, I will check the file operations over here. File underscore operations, the structure which will be having, which is present in the Linux fs.h, and the poll will have something like a different events, that we will see what are all the different events that it will be handled, that we will see over here. And I have the we will be having something like our Linux kernel. For example, our Linux kernel uname -r is something like a 4.19.94, which is our Linux kernel, that with respect to 4.19. So that it will be easier for us to get accordingly. Yeah. Control F, file underscore operations. Yeah, here we have the structure called poll underscore t star poll, and we have the file and poll table structure that we will be having in the definitions. I am going to add something like the same in our driver over here, character driver.c. In this file operation, I am going to add something like a dot poll poll, which is something like a character ch or dev underscore poll accordingly over here. And the definitions of this function, the prototype of this function is something like a poll underscore t struct file poll table structure accordingly over here, that we will see. We will add it over here. Struct static poll underscore t, and we have something like a chr dev underscore poll, and we will be having struct file star file pointer over here, and then we will be having something like a struct poll table underscore structure over here. Struct poll underscore table underscore struct star pt over here. Yes, the poll t is the, we can say that poll t is the one which will be denotes the events of the poll events accordingly. For example, that we will see over here. It was defined in Linux utypes. Yeah, it was bitwise. It's something like it has the operation something like a bitwise operations that it will be used to provide whether it is the data read is available or data write is available or poll input is available, poll read is available. All those events can be whether any error is available or poll in data available. Like that, we have the different definitions that we can able to provide it accordingly over here. For that, we will be having something like a poll in. Poll in is the event that we will be providing accordingly. Yeah, for example, poll in is the one which denotes there is a input data is available, and poll out which it denotes that there is a output. We can able to write the data onto the system, and we have something like will be something like an error occurred that will be denoted with the help of poll error over here, and poll hang up, whether it's something like the process or process seeks some kind of a end of file and it needs the termination. In that case, we will be using the poll hang up. Like that, we can able to provide the events accordingly to the system over here. For example, I am going to use some kind of a return over here. In this, I am going to return if suppose poll in over here maybe, or else I am going to give poll out that makes something like there is a data available to write, but there is data cannot be written accordingly over here. That we will see how can we how it behaves now over here. Yeah, poll out is undeclared. Maybe I have to use this for this we have to use something like a include then Linux. I have something like UAPI Linux, and then UAPI Linux poll.h that we will be having over here. Yeah, which has the ASM generic poll.h that we will be including accordingly over here. Include UAPI /Linux /poll.h, which has the definition for the poll in and poll out bits accordingly over here. And for example, I am going to use, yeah, it got compiled. In order to access this from the user space, we will be using some kind of we will be using the API called poll with the poll FD accordingly, that we can able to get that get the events, whether what are the requested event, what is the returned events that we can able to get with the help of poll FD with the poll structure accordingly over here. For example, I am going to use ch or app.c, and I wanted to use something like a struct poll FD is the one which is a poll for used for defining the polling functions, or poll define which is used to get access of the polling from the user space, and we can use this poll API in order to do something like over here. For example, in this I am going to define something like a PFD. It will be having poll FD will have the structures of file descriptor, which is something like a file descriptor is our file descriptor I am going to give, and same like PFD dot something like a events, which is the what is the events required over here, that we will be providing poll in and poll out. These are all the events are present, whether we can able to read the data, and whether the data is available to read, or data can be written onto the driver, that we can able to get with these events. We can request these events from the poll system call accordingly over here, and that we can able to do that with the help of function. With the help of the system call called poll, with the help of the system call poll system call, that we can able to use it accordingly over here. And in order to use the poll system call, we will be having something like we have to include poll.h in the user space, poll.h, and we will be having something like a return value, and return equals something like poll, and we will be providing that poll FD structure, which is something like a PFD, and PFD is the poll FD structure, and we will be providing something like a file. It's something like, then we will be having number of file descriptors are present in the PFD structure. Currently we are providing only one. For example, the poll can be used for multiple multiple devices. In and out event can be handled over here, and in this, how many structures are present over that, we have only one event that we wanted to, one PFD is present over here. For that we have given the one, and then we will be providing the timeout. Maybe 1000 millisecond is the timeout in which it is going to work out over here, and we will be having something like in this I am going to do some kind of if we are going to check for the data returning back with the help of the OR events is the one which will be having something like OR events provides the return event value, that whether we have the data is we have the OR event flag is set or not, that we can able to get with the help of PFD dot OR events is the flag, and POLLIN. If this OR events with the polling has been set, then we have the data to read, and if suppose we have something like a PFD dot OR events underscore and poll out, then we have the data to, we can able to write the data into the driver accordingly over here. And I'm going to comment this for now, and we can able to if suppose poll in has been set, then we have the data to read read fd comma data comma 64 over here, and data received, if suppose there is a data is present, then we can able to print the data accordingly. Yeah, and in case the poll out data can be written, then we will be writing something like a data into the driver accordingly over here, and we'll be writing, in case of a poll out event is present, then we can able to write the data back to the write the data into the driver accordingly, and write the data into the driver over here, and we can able to provide the data is something like a Hariharan is the data, maybe testing is the data that we will be providing accordingly over here. I am going to compile this with the help of ARM Linux CHRAAP app, and now we got the driver ready, and we have something like a application ready with the CHAR AP, and it will poll for the events, and it reads the data accordingly over here. Now we will see rmmod character drv.ko, and I am going to insert the newly built drivers over here and ch or ap over here. Yeah, now we can able to see there is data written into the data right into the driver. Basically data is written into the driver, but it was not happening. It was the data read is not happening because we in our driver we are providing the we are providing something like a we are providing like now the driver can driver has the in this driver from the user space we can able to write the data. There is no poll in, there is no data data read is available. Because of that we got something like a only write operation. If suppose we are enabling both if suppose we are providing both the flags, we are returning both the flags from the drivers over here, then we will see how the system behaves over here. rmmod over here, I am going to insmod it again. Now we can able to see something like data is received, and we can able to write the data into the driver accordingly. For example, the poll is the event that we will see in linking with the real-time device in the upcoming session, whether the data is present or not. It's something like if there is a data is present on the real device, we will provide the flag with the data available to read in from the real device. Then we will be setting the polling flag, and if suppose it has the data to write, we can able to write, then we will enable the poll out accordingly. Now if we just enable the polling, then we will be getting something like only from the user space only we can able to read the data. The data we cannot able to write the data. The driver will not be have the driver will not with respect to the current returning event, there is no buffer is available. Those kind of information that we can able to provide with the help of return events from to the poll function accordingly over here. Yeah. Now I am going to insert new one and CHRAP over here. Now we have just received the data from the buffer. The write operation is cannot be done, since our pole, the driver pole returns, there is no data cannot be written at the moment. Like that, it just returns the polling data is available only available for the read. There is any other flags are set in the return. Because of that, we could the application can able to only read the respective data from the driver accordingly over here. That we will see how can we link this with the real device in the upcoming sessions over here. Yeah. Is this fine? Hello? Hello? Yeah, this is basically, pole is basically to provide pole device file, pole operation on the user space will initiate this on the user space, will initiate this pole callback basically, and initiate this pole callback, and whatever be whatever the return value will be present on the OR events of the pole FD structure in user app accordingly over here. This whatever we are returning, whether we are returning a pole in or pole out, whatever the bits we are returning back, that will be available on the OR events, that will be get updated on the OR events flag accordingly over there. Yeah. Now we will see how can we now we will see about the another system call, which is something like ioctl is the system call which can be used to control and configure the device driver accordingly. The ioctl is basically we will be having something like two different ioctls, something like unlocked ioctl and compatible ioctls in the Linux kernel. Now we will see about the unlocked ioctl. It's something like that. Ioctl, it will not be gets locked between basically that unlocked ioctl. It was not if suppose multiple threads are using same ioctl, it will be gets allowed accordingly. In case of a locked ioctl, one after another, it since it is the basically ioctl does the configuration, and configuration cannot has to be done in a sequential manner, so that the multiple configuration will not create conflict on the driver configurations or device configurations. For that, we will be having something like a locked ioctl that can be done with the compact ioctl, and there is something like a unlocked ioctl which will allows that multiple users can do the configuration multiple applications and multiple threads can do the configuration simultaneously, and the driver has within the driver the synchronization will be handled in case of unlocked ioctl. In case of the locked ioctl with the compact ioctl, then the sequential manner the update will come to the driver. There is no need for the handling of synchronization within the driver. That we will see accordingly over here. Yeah. For example, I am going to use another one. It's something like there will be something like a .ioctl, which is something like chr dev underscore ioctl, which is basically an IO control, and we are going to use something like a static. The prototype of the ioctl is something like unlocked ioctl with a long file integer and long over here, and which will be something like unlocked underscore ioctl. We have static return value is return value of unlocked ioctl is long file integer and long over here. Static long chr dev underscore ioctl over here, and struct file star file pointer. Then we will be having unsigned integer command, and then we will be having unsigned long argument over here. This we will be returning 0 accordingly over here. And in order to do that, we will be defining this commands that we will be defining the commands that will be used by the user space as well as the kernel, that it will uses the same command definition. The command definition for should be exposed to the user application as well as the kernel driver. For that, we are going to define something like a header file with the command definitions that we will see over here. In order to do that, maybe we have something like a now I'm going to use something like include we can able to define something like a command. Maybe we can define a command in the header file. It's something like a vim character drv.h over here, and inside that include ifindef char underscore drv underscore h over here, and define ifindef char underscore drv underscore h over here, and endif, and I'm going to give a command called define enable read, which can be something like a 0 cross 01, and define enable underscore write 0 cross 02. Like that we can able to define the commands that we can able to use that over here. For example, I'm going to use this these commands I'm going to use it in my in the IOCTL function inside that switch of command over here, and this we will be getting something like a case of enable underscore read over here and a break, and we will be having case enable underscore write over here. In case we will be handling the argument, that we will see how we can able to handle the argument of the ioctls over here. For example, that I am going to print something like a kernel underscore info. It's something like enable read ioctl over here. ioctl got hit, and similar way we have something like print k kernel underscore info enable write ioctl got hit over here. And default case, in the default, other than this, we will be returning -1 over here. This basically provides the ioctl in the application. We will be using in the same way chrapp.c. In the same way that we will be using some kind of ioctls in our application. It's something like I'm going to first include this, include chardrv.h. I just included that, and inside that I am going to give something like a return equals ioctl and fd comma the command which we are going to use enable underscore read we are going to give, and for now I am giving the argument as null over here, and if return less than 0, then I am going to print printf ioctl is failed over here. In the same way, I am going to use return equals ioctl fd maybe enable read enable underscore read ioctl is failed, and in case of I am going to send enable underscore write null. Then I am going to use, if suppose return less than 0, in case of a failure, then I am going to print something like a printf enable underscore write ioctl is failed over here. Now I am going to compile this, make charddev.c. in this I have to include chardrv.h, which I have to include over here. Now I am going to compile. The driver kernel module got built over here, and I'm going to compile this the application. Yeah, it has been provided with the warning. For that ioctl we have to include something like a sys/ioctl.h to be included in our in the application. I'm going to include that charp .c. In that I'm going to include sys/ioctl.h over here. Yeah, and I'm going to compile. Yeah, now we will see how it behaves in the system over here. Yeah, I'm going to insmod the new driver char drv.ko, and I'm going to add ch or app over here. And here we have something like we have called something like enable read ioctl has been enable read ioctl got hit. In case of enable write, it was failing. That we will see how it was working. Enable read. Vim character drv.h. in this enable read and enable write over here, and inside this character app.c I have enabled something like enable underscore read is failed, and enable underscore write written less than 0. Printf write ioctl is failed. This is fine. Yeah, print k kernel underscore info unknown command, maybe %d /n comma command over here. That we will see what is the command that we are getting for the enable write. I'm just cleaning up the data read and enable read ioctl got hit, but thing is something like it was missed to access it. In case of ioctl fd comma enable underscore write Yeah, in order to get that, maybe we can get the error number onto the application. It's something like we can use some kind of a p error is the function that will be that provides the information about what is the error from because of which it has been failing, that we can able to get that with the p error functions that we will see over here. And for example, I am going to run this. Yeah, because something like a enable write ioctl is failed because of the bad address that we are giving. It's something like null. Yeah, maybe we can give something. I'm going to give something like a long argument over here, and we'll be providing the arguments over here. Now we will see how it behaves. Yeah, there is no error, and we can get something like read ioctl got hit, and we will be there is no write ioctl, still it was not coming. Yeah. Oh, enable read and enable write, both are same. Character drv.h, it is 0x01 and 0x02. Maybe I am going to give something like a longer number. Yeah, now we got something like enable read ioctl got hit, and also we got something like enable write ioctl also got hit over here. In order to do this, something like something like the make that ioctl definitions, we in order to make that the instead of providing something like a junk number like IO 10,001 and 1002, instead of that, for that the Linux kernel has something like Linux kernel provides provides an option to to configure the command numbers accordingly, that we can able to do that with the help of the APIs, that we can able to do that. For that we will be having the we will be having the APIs called different APIs that we will be it is available in over here. For example, _IO is the one for the ioctl definitions. For that we will be having, I'm going to use this. Yeah, for example, IO means it is an ioctl to define something like a it is with no parameters, and IOR means it is a read operation ioctl. It is a IOW means write operation ioctl. IOWR means it is a read and write ioctl. It is IOR bad means it is a read ioctl, and IOW IOC IOC W bat means it is a write, and IOW or means it's something like a read and write accordingly. That we can use this definition to that we can use this use this macro to define something like define the macros accordingly. That we can able to do that with the help of IO and IOW and IOWR kind of a macro, whether it is going to provide any argument, or it is going to read that for example, if suppose we wanted to get the configuration, we will be using the IO, or if suppose we are writing or setting the configuration, we will be using the IOW configuration accordingly. That we will see how we will do over here. For example, I am going to define something like a get underscore config. In this get underscore config is going to get the read the parameters from the using the ioctl. Because of that, I am going to use that IO underscore R over here. IO R that I am going to provide, and the parameters are something like the parameters are something like how it has to get that information. That we will be we will be having something like we will be having something like from the value, something like we can provide any character that we can able to provide with the help of as a number. I am going to give maybe C is the character I am going to give on the type, and I am going to use then a number of number how many numbers it has to use. That I am going to give as 1 over here to define it's something like a number of bytes it has to get the data for the read configuration. That I am going to give 4 bytes over here. And same way we are going to provide something like a set underscore config, which will be something like underscore IO write, and which will be having something like a C comma 4 bytes over here. This makes something like a this makes something for example, this makes the definitions for the read and write accordingly. That we can able to use it in our driver, so that this kind of a magic number will be created by the Linux kernel automatic by the kernel internally in the system over here. I am going to give this one. Which in this we will be getting some configuration. For example, character drv.c. I have the information something like a static integer config over here, and in case of get config over here, and we are going to use something like a case get underscore config and break, and we will be having something like a case set underscore config over here. In case of set get underscore config, that from the user application, the configuration will have to be configuration will be fetched to the the configuration will be fetched to the user space, and the set will be configuration will be pushed to the driver, and it will be updated. For that we will be using something like if get will be something like copy to user, and we will be having something like a copy to user argument. Maybe I have something like a unsigned character star argument over here, and we will be pushing the data of config which is present over here, and it will be something like a size of config over here. Yeah. If it is equal to 0, then it is fine. Maybe if it is not equal to 0, then we will be returning -1 over here. And same way, if suppose copy from user that set config from the user space, the user application, it is sending the configuration information to the kernel space. For that I am going to use config comma unsigned character star argument comma size of config over here, which something like we will be getting the data accordingly, which means that if suppose the return is not equal to 0, then print k kernel underscore info getting config failed over here, and print k kernel underscore info setting config set config failed over here. Now we will use this config options from the user space to here, that we will see from the user space ch or app.c. In this we are going to use something like I'm going to define a config integer config equals some numbers. I'm going to define something like a 0 cross 4000, so maybe 0 cross f of is the configurations that we wanted to set it over here. And if suppose I'm going to give if return equals something like a ioctal fd comma set underscore config comma config is the parameters that we are going to set over there, and if return less than 0, then we can say that p error set config failed over here. And in the once we are configuring the same, we can able to confirm whether the same settings was present inside the driver or not by fetching the config back with the help of get config and config over here, which can be used if suppose return less than 0, and which will be something like a p error of get config failed over here. This basically we are setting the configuration and getting back the configuration, and once it is the configuration we got back, then we can print printf new config equals 0 cross percentage x over here /n comma config, that we are going to print it accordingly. Yeah, now we can able to compile both application as well as this one. IOW and IOR, all those things are not defined, that we need to include the header file, which is something like some generic maybe UAPI ioctl.h, not there. UAPI Linux, Control F ioctl. Yeah, we have to include UAPI Linux ioctl.h for this. Before this one, include UAPI Linux /ioctl.h over here. Now I am going to compile this. Macro requires 3 arguments but only 2 given. Yes, yeah, maybe. Yeah, the number and size over here. Yeah, that we have to give the number and the size we have given. Number can be 0 cross 1 comma size and 0 cross 1002 over here. It's it was something IOR. it's yeah, it's something that the third argument is something like that we have to provide provide the size of a size data type size. It has to, we have to give accordingly over here, and which makes that it has to get included. And once it is done, maybe I'm going to we need to include the same over here, which something like the UAPI ioctl.h over here. It should be included, so that this will be used in the application space as well over here. Yeah. User include Linux ioctl.h over here. Yes. Yeah, maybe yeah. Now I am going to compile this, which was ready, and we will be loading the new driver now. And whenever we are doing ch or app, it's something that we got the whatever we are writing the ff, and we are reading back the same config, and we are getting the new config as a ff 0 cross ff basically here, that we can able to the similar way we can able to provide different configurations as well. For example, that if suppose we wanted to provide some data, for example a struct something like struct config data over here, and it is something like integer buff count over here, and then integer above size over here, and something like something like an integer maybe data bits. Like this we can able to provide the configurations accordingly. For example, for that I'm going to define something like a get config data over here, which will be something like IO read a it will be a comma 0 cross 1003, and it will be something like a struct config underscore data over here. And the same way define set underscore config underscore config underscore data. The same way IOW a 10 cross 1004 and struct config underscore data, that we can able to push the configuration data from the user space to kernel space, that we can able to do that with the help of ioctls accordingly over here. For example, that we will be using this case get underscore config underscore data over here, and which will be something like a if copy underscore copy to user, it's something like copy to user, and it will be unsigned character star argument we are passing to that, and we will be having the config underscore data over here, and it will be something like size of struct config underscore data over here. Maybe I'm going to put something like a CFG data, and if it is not equal to 0, then the copy to user is failed, and we will be returning -1, and we will provide something like a print k kernel underscore info get config data failed over here, and the same way we will be having case set underscore config underscore data. Then we will be using if copy underscore from underscore user on the kernel space, and we will be having something like a CFG CFG data, comma unsigned character star argument over here, then size of struct config underscore data over here. Not equal to 0 means it will be something like a print k kernel underscore info set config data failed over here. Which, if it is failed, we will be returning -1 over here. Here from the user application, same way we will be doing chr app.c. From here we will be sending something like a something I'm going to use struct config underscore data is something like a CFG data equals, I'm going to use something like buff count equal to 16, and I'm going to have something like a and whatever the things that we have chr drb.h in this buff count. After that we will be having something like a buff size is something like 64 bytes, and we will be having data bits or something like 8 bits of data that we are going to set it back over here, and we will be writing the same and getting back the data with the help of again struct config underscore data. It's something like a temp CFG over here, and we are going to write this with the help of, I'm going to copy this one, set underscore config underscore data over here, and which we are doing something like the CFG data that we are going to pass for this CFG data that we are passing, and we will be getting something like a temp CFG. In this we are going to receive back the data, and we will be getting something like a new config buff config is something like buff count equals something like 0 %d, and I'm having buff size colon %d, and data bits colon %d, which something like that we will be having temp cfg dot something like we will be having buff count comma temp cfg dot buff size, and we will be having temp cfg dot data bits over here. Yeah, that we will be getting the new config back after the after sending with the ioctls accordingly over here. Now we will see. I'm going to compile this. Yeah, the same way there is a cfg data undeclared in the vim character drv.c. Static struct config underscore data is something like cfg data over here. Yeah, it has been inserted. Now we can able to get that informations over here, and I'm going to do rmmod and insmod this and chr app. Now we have something like a set config failed operation not permitted and unknown command over here, get config failed operation not permitted, device is closed. Why it is something different? Operation not permitted. It is yeah, but it has updated. Copy to user config data is something like a argument, and which is something that we have over here, which is demessage unknown command for this operations, but enable read ioctl got hit, but write ioctl got hit. But the thing is, this one has the issue that we will see. Set config data over here, and maybe .h IO get config data is something like a comma read and struct underscore config data. Maybe it's something that I have this struct size over here, and that will be structure underscore config underscore data that we are providing over here, and that will be and which we are handling in the case of get config data and set config data over here. Okay, maybe I have to compile it again. Yeah. Character drive.ko, and I'm going to insmod this character drive.ko again, and chr app. Set config failed. chrapp.c. Set config data failed. Get config. CFG data we are passing. TMP it is something that that we will see. It was we are providing the CFG data to this, and we have something like a TMP buff. It's that we will be having over here. It will be something like I'm initializing to 0 and I'm running it again. It's whatever be the new config of 16, 64 and 8 bits of data is getting, but the thing is that we are getting some kind of a unknown command. It was how with the operation not permitted for the set data config failed, but it was updated with the buff 16. Yeah, there is the argument is having some issue. Maybe vim chr drv.c and echo chr drv.h over here, and it will be something like make structure of data having some issues over here. Maybe we shall check this. Maybe 1 second. Size of struct config data in this we have over here. Unsigned unknown command. It was coming like a unknown command for this, but this buff count got updated. Okay, let me fix this structured data. Some issues that let me fix this in the offline. Maybe it's something like the ioctl is to provide the something like a configuration information to the configuration information to the device driver to get it configured accordingly, like a buffer count, like a buffer size, like a data bits, those kind of informations that we will be sending from the user space to the kernel driver to get it configured accordingly over here. Yeah. Is that fine till now? Is there any questions? Hello.
No, sir.
Yeah, it's something that we have seen something like the unlocked ioctl, and we have seen something like a poll. How can we do that with the poll? And basically that with the we have seen about a character driver, skeleton of character driver, with which we could be able to access that something like a various file operations, starting with the read, starting with the open and close, read and write, and we will be having something like a poll operations, and with the respective poll bits accordingly, and we will be having something like a we have something like a sorry we have something like ioctls which can be used for configuring the configuring the device driver. This kind of this basically a skeleton. If suppose for example we wanted to write into that respective driver, that we will see on the real device in our next session. This is basically a skeleton of a driver which provides all the file operations like a character open, release, read and write, poll and ioctl, and which has been initialized in the module during the module initialization, and the respective cleanup has been happened on the during the module exit accordingly over here. Yeah. Is that fine? Basically that if you have any questions, please feel free to ask on this. Yeah. Hello. Basic binding of the user program with respect to device driver is based on the device file, which has been denoted with the major and minor number. The major and minor number has been provided accordingly in the device driver file, so that the the respective file operations on the device file makes that or initiates the respective callback on the device driver accordingly. This is the core part of the character driver, and we will see about how can we link this operation into the real device in our next session over here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I think we are fine with this. Yeah. Hello. Hello. We have done the session today. You are going to take attendance for the day today. Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. If you